Kevin Yanik here with Pitt and Quarry, coming back at you from our downtown Cleveland office. Been down here for several weeks now, and it's nice to say that things feel a lot more normal now. And I hope the same can be said for you and where you're at. If you're a producer or supplier, producers, I feel like you guys have kind of gone through from March to April all the way up to this point, just kind of doing what it is you need to do, which is fantastic. So hopefully you've been able to hold on to your normal, but hearing a lot more from manufacturers and dealers now that some of their guys are getting back out, visiting with customers, visiting with you guys, and that's a positive thing. Some guys are getting on planes. You hear reports about how planes are at 10% capacity or 20% capacity. So if industry representatives are getting back out there and doing some visits, I think that's a sign of some confidence that people are ready to kind of take a step or a couple of steps in the right direction, and that's a plus. That's a good thing to see. I think with our industry, of course, every industry has its events, its trade shows and conferences, and that's a different kind of animal right now, where if you want to get people together en masse, the logistics of that are kind of challenging. A couple weeks ago, we saw Mine Expo, a once every 4-year show, get postponed. They're looking at moving that to 2021 at this time, and that was a late September event. So you figure if late September into October events are kind of in a questionable state right now, and that's a trade show, so that's its own kind of animal with a lot of people on a tighter square foot plan. You wonder about the feasibility of other events. So I'm certainly itching, wanting to get out. It's nice to be back down here in the office again with a sense of routine and some normalcy, but love to get out sooner than later. But I think the world's still kind of in that wait and see mode on when that's going to happen. As I take the pulse of the industry, how aggregate producers are doing, you continue to hear that aggregate producers are going to work, producing rock, not necessarily missing a beat. That's not necessarily the case for everybody, but production goes on and piles are being made, and that's a good thing. I think producers continue to go to work, and that's a positive for everybody with an impact within the aggregate industry who needs producers to do that. But I do think that people are starting to wonder and ask questions about the months to come. We're getting into summer. The FAST Act money is going to be expiring here. It's on September 30th. It's not too far away, and with a lot of relief funding coming forward, and just kind of politics being politics in Washington, people are wondering, how are we going to address infrastructure? And from my seat, I don't know what's going to happen at this point. I think there's still a lot of people clinging on to hope that maybe infrastructure is going to be addressed in some form of relief funding tied to the coronavirus, but part of me thinks that maybe that time has passed, and it's time to get to a more independent bill aside from the pandemic to really address infrastructure, because as I've said before, it's long overdue. So there's a lot to wonder and watch about. We're here at the magazine looking forward to our July edition. It's our dealer issue, so we'll be preparing that and putting that into the mailbox for you here in the coming weeks. And in the meantime, we hope that you continue to hang in there and regain a sense of normalcy with whatever it is that you're doing within the aggregate industry. We'll see you guys again down the road.